So, are you ready to hear your kids perform? Me too. So why don't we bring them in? Sounds like a band's coming. So it's going to take them a little while to come through this way. Let's just make sure that we're keeping all of the cement area clear beyond the grass so that they have a clear pathway. So for those of you who are not closely related to the band, students came in 2 weeks ago. They operate Monday through Friday. They go 8 in the morning until 4 o'clock. They are out in the sun. They're out at the stadium. Now, mind you, everything that you're going to witness tonight, you'll notice that there is no sheet music in front of them. There are no cheat sheets. Everything that we do for you tonight is memorized. They've been working hard beyond just our band camp. And this is obviously our very first performance, and we're excited to perform for you. Now, they being young performers, they're going to thrive off of your energy. And you, being young audience members, we're going to need you to amp up and make them feel like they really want to perform for you. So, there is no improper time to show your enthusiasm for them. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, remove your hats, and join us in the playing of our national anthem. Yards on fire. We're hoping to hear that many times per football game. We're in a slightly different division this year, and I think that's going to spell a little bit more success than we had last year. The music that you're going to hear us play tonight almost all of it was arranged for this band, for this school. When we're in the stands at the football game, there are a series of pep tunes that we play, and all of these were arranged by the former director of bands at Fresno State University. He's a personal friend, and I asked him to arrange these for us. We call them the Western Blasters. We were trying to tie them into the theme of our school. So, this is the first of our Western Blasters, and this is from the movie The Cowboys. And here comes the battery. The big, big country. The next section of the band that we would like to feature for you and point out is in the back. That's the color guard. Now, this evening the color guard is only using one piece of equipment, their tall flag, but you will see them picking up different forms of equipment. It may be rifles, it may be sabers, it could be different forms of flags. Though they don't produce any sound, they are an integral part visually of our program. Without a color guard, there are no trophies. It really makes our show come to life. So, this is our color guard feature. Yeah, let's give it up for the color guard. Nice job, color guard. Comes from the movie How the West Was Won. I hope that you're catching some of this fine lead trumpet playing that's coming in from over on the right side here, my right side. The next section of the band that I would like to point out, and band, why don't you take a knee, is our front ensemble. That would be the ensemble that's up front here. Sometimes we refer to it as the pit. So if you've ever gone to a Broadway show or an opera, the orchestra, in order to keep it out of view, they have this space in front of the stage that's usually dug out and sometimes underneath the stage. That's called the pit. That's where it gets its name. These people are in the very front of the field. Their instruments are too large to march with, so they're stationary. Well, they're stationary until we have to move them on and off. So all of you band dads, we can use your help when it comes to show time, helping us move things. It's a combination of lots of keyboard instruments for the most part. We have metallic instruments. These are vibraphones and your glockenspiel or your bells. And then we have the ever popular xylophone and marimbas up here. But we also have some other guests in the front ensemble. We have drum set, we have electric guitar, we have synthesizers, and then we have all sorts of toys over here that we call auxiliary percussion. So, front ensemble, Tim, did you want to tell them what they're about to hear?
Yeah, so I have a tendency to ramble, so I'm going to make this very quick. In addition to all those very kind things that Missouri said, this is also the largest front ensemble we've ever had in this program. This is also the most successful band camp I think the front ensemble has ever had in this program. And we also have the most freshmen that we've ever had in this program in the front ensemble. And really, it doesn't have anything to do with who's in front of them, but I think this freshman class, they're just doing so good. The techniques you're about to see them play, they're called lateral strokes. We have a bunch of percussion alumni up here, and they didn't get to this technique until they were about juniors or seniors. And now our freshmen are handling that. So it's just so cool, one, to be a part of this whole process and getting them there, but also just to see the freshmen attaining things that took much longer before. And it has nothing to do with skill or natural talent. It's just the seniors that came before them raising the bar, the freshmen see where they can be, and they just get there faster. They're really paving the road for their success. So thank you, alumni, for doing that, and thank you, freshmen, for hopping on board and getting through it. This is their lateral exercise.
Nobody's asked me this. What's GPG? Gary P. Gilroy, who is the person who did all of the composing and arranging of these blasters. GPG fanfare. Because we're about to play our competition march. This is Mr. Elijah de Guzman, this year's drum major for the street. And we are about to switch out instruments to our concert instruments. So the horns are going to be playing real horns, and the euphoniums are going to be playing real uniform or euphoniums. We are one of the few bands that competes in both domains in our activity. Of course, there's the field side, but until just recently, this band only competed on the street. It's part of our heritage. We're very proud last year to have placed the highest placement at championships that we ever had in the street, just tenths of a point behind Santiago and Diamond Bar, so we are in rare company. Here is this year's competition march. First movement of 4. We're only going to do the first one tonight, and this is the title of the show, Railroad Riffs. thank you so much for coming out. And once again, thank you for the great job you've done with your kids and letting us borrow them. We're going to be borrowing them a lot, as you know, but it's try not to treat it too much like a daycare. We'd like you to be involved in their lives through this journey that we're taking together. Be a band dad, be a band mom. You're not going to regret it. You don't have to have any particular talent, but just being there shows an awful lot about your support for your students, and they do need your help. The third leg of this whole organization is that kind of help from the parents. So a couple of notes before we wrap up tonight. I did put out the word that our communication platform, which is called Cut Time. I'm sure that you're fairly aware of it by now. The district has changed policies on how adults are able to communicate with children, and they want a platform that they can monitor. And so we will no longer be using Cut Time to communicate with your children. We're going to keep Cut Time to communicate with the adults, but we will have a different system for communicating with your kids. So bear with us on that while we figure out all the ins and outs of the new system, but that's what's going on with that. So if your student did not get signed up for Cut Time, I'm not taking any more students on that platform. I'm trying to figure out how we can use that parents only. So boosters can communicate with you, directors can communicate with you. Okay, it's our tradition to finish up with one more rendition of Barnyard's on Fire. Is Barnyard here? Where's Barnyard? That's the famous Barnyard right there. Okay, thank you so much for coming out. I'm not kicking you out. Please feel free to stay and mingle and get to know each other, because you are part of one big family, and you are going to develop friendships here, parents to parents and students to students, that will be hereafter for you. Very close family that we developed here. Very, very successful band camp. I think it bodes well for our season and all the way throughout the end of this year. Thank you for coming out. This is Barnyard's on Fire.